All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 762. I'm your host, GBD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by a man who's about to apologize for the quality of this episode, Wombat.
I apologize for the quality of this episode.
Dude, you're not doing it right. It's got to be at least 3 or 4 paragraphs.
A few weeks ago.
Thank you.
Is that better? A few weeks ago, I was involved in a situation that some of you may have read about. Before I begin, I just want to go through the moments that led up to the occurrence that occurred in the past few weeks. At the time, it was my understanding that what we were doing would not be offensive. Little did I know that I had never heard of Mein Kampf before.
I find that hard to believe. No, I was referring to like the Gollum thing. Did you not pick up on
I know. I said, that's what the Gollum. Yeah.
Anyway, how's everybody's Memorial Day?
It was nice. I got a new toy.
Was it another popcorn bucket?
No.
Funko Pop?
It was not a Funko Pop or a popcorn bucket.
What else is there?
I got a Blackstone grill.
What's that?
That is a flat top outdoor grill for the backyard. Like Chibi has like that. You have like a teppanyaki table in your kitchen.
Isn't it like that's not like a big pizza stone?
No, it's not a pizza. It's not a pizza oven.
What's the difference between that and a pizza stone?
This is a cast iron flat top. Like you ever go to a diner and they're cooking behind you and they're making the eggs and the pancakes on the big flat top griddle.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I have a big flat top griddle now in my backyard.
So you can open up a cheese.
Like an add-on to your existing grill?
No, this is a whole other grill.
Are you starting a cheesesteak restaurant?
I could.
That's what I'm saying.
I made sausage and peppers the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Sausage and peppers and onions. It was so good. When I tell you it was so good, it was.
What's the secret to why is that better than you would think? These fucking these Weber grills and whatever. Propane is not exciting to cook with, I feel.
Well, you're going to get a more even heat because you don't have the grill. It's not a grill. It's a big flat thing. So the heat's going to be more even. If you're like me and you like a sear on all sides of the meat, you're going to like this better because you're going to get a nice full sear. You're not going to get the grill marks. I made smash burgers for Elliot and his friends. You would think I was like the king of the world. I made these burgers. They were awesome. It was it's cool. It's a fun little toy.
My neighbor showed me he's got one of those Traeger grills with the wood pellets.
Yeah,
the wood pellets in the side.
That's fancier than my flat top.
I thought that was pretty cool.
It is.
But then you got to plug it in. It plugs into the something. I don't have anything to plug into.
Well, that's for smoking
ribs.
Meats.
He was smoking me some ribs, and I was enjoying them. It's got a screen on it too. Yours probably doesn't have a screen.
No, this is literally just a big flat top with a tank attached to it, and you turn it on. And
it's propane. It's just It's just a propane grill, except it's got a flat. Can't you just put a fucking flat top on your regular grill?
You could, but it's not the same. This is a 28-inch rectangle.
It's big, is what you're saying.
It's big. I could make. What did I make on there? I made teriyaki chicken and fried rice on it the other night. My wife said it was better than any Chinese restaurant she's ever been to.
WOMBATHANAs. Welcome.
I'm sorry that I'm expanding my culinary palate.
We're enjoying.
I am enjoying it. So is this the Blackstone 28-inch original griddle bundle from Lowe's?
It's not the one they sell. I got it on Amazon when it was 50% off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was too good a deal to pass up because I wanted one. I blame Darkness, who's probably in the chat right now.
Oh, not depression? Not depression.
No, it was Dark. He got one first.
Okay.
And if you're on the CAG Discord in the Cook This Jerks channel on the CAG Discord, lots of pictures of the stuff he makes in the Blackstone. And he's like, you should get one for Father's Day. And I'm looking it up and they were expensive. And he was telling me they get cheap. You gotta literally strike while the iron is hot. No pun intended.
So this is right next to your regular grill that you have?
It's in the backyard. They're sort of like perpendicular to each other.
Can you do them both at the same time?
I could.
That'd be cool. Right between the two of them?
Not only that, but I actually have a Weber kettle charcoal grill.
You have 3.
I could fire up 3 grills at once if I really wanted to get fancy.
I feel like you could go viral with that.
I could go triple grill.
I mean, you would get a virus probably somehow.
Probably. That's
that.
a lot of the
Uncooked
problem with
food.
that. The problem with that would literally be paying attention to what's cooking where would sort of be the
and not burning your face.
And not burning. Yeah, it's like, wait, which direction am I going in? What do I have to turn? What do I have to flip? But it's cool. I like it. I made like 4 meals on it already. So, and we've only had it for like a week.
You've already, done a lot better than my output on my grill over the last 2 or 3 years, I would say.
Yep.
So,
How's the cleaning on something like this? Like
it's not like too bad. I got the special sponges. So once it cools down, you just sponge it off and that's it. There's a little like reservoir in the back where you push everything out the back hole. Like life, you push everything out the back hole.
Right.
And it drops into a little tray.
It makes a little grill duty.
It makes a grill duty. Exactly.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
My grill doesn't do that. It doesn't make duty.
I'm sorry. But yeah, the next step is going to be bacon and eggs. I want to make bacon and eggs on the
But you need to make it like at scale, right? Because the thing is so big, it would feel weird just making like bacon eggs for your family. You need to really like invite the neighbors over.
Yeah, I got to invite some friends over. Do you guys want to come over for bacon and eggs?
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Yeah, it was cool. Making all the burgers. I got the smasher too. I got like the smasher to make the flat.
Was that the big Memorial Day activity? Was using the grill?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody look at my grill. It's not even Father's Day yet. How come you got it already?
The smasher, isn't that just like a spatula with a handle on the back of it?
No, I got the cast iron. I got the cast iron weight panini press. It's like a whole thing.
It's a weapon.
It looks like an old school iron, but it's a rectangle and it's cast iron, and you just smash it on things. You don't really you
press
throw it down. Yeah, you press down.
I don't know. I don't fucking do anything.
It's cool. It worked really. You know what it worked really well with? The chicken.
In the bedroom?
And in the bedroom. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You go. What did you guys do? That's enough grill talk.
Shit. Shipwreck probably did something. Shipwreck probably went to the cabin and like blew up something.
I went to the cabin. We didn't blow up anything. It was too dry to blow up anything.
Right.
So
you blow up everything.
Like, I was going to say dry is like perfect weather to blow stuff up.
Then you blow up too many things.
Yeah, too many things. So we had fireworks. We decided just to make a big fire instead of doing the fireworks so we could control it.
Yeah.
So we did that. We went creaking.
What's creaking?
What? Yeah. Is that when you like wobble back and forth? Go.
you go to a creek
and you just
walk down through the creek.
That's it.
Did you see any frogs?
Yeah.
Nice.
Did you hurt your feet?
Some big tadpoles that were almost frogs too. When they were into that weird stage where they kind of have legs starting to pop out.
You mean a pollywog?
I don't know. Sure. Let's go with that.
Mm-hmm.
We drove around on the side by sides, went through some trails.
What's a side by side?
It's the bigger ATVs. Right? Like, so not like a single person ATV.
4-person.
Like a 4-person or a 2-person.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that just called a truck?
No. It's a side by side. You can come right on my side by side.
Okay, I'll ride on your side.
Breakfast at Wombats for eggs and bacon, and then for dinner we'll be on the side by side.
I'll take you up to the Indian mound that's in my neighbor's property next door.
Uh-oh, that sounds haunted.
They already got all the bones out.
Oh, good.
That you know of.
Right.
Back in the 1800s. So I think it's the ghost time limit is up.
He just moved the headstones.
The bone. Yeah, I'm sure if there's even like one tooth in there, forget it. You get haunted.
Exactly. Yeah, it's enough. It's too much haunting.
It's enough. It's enough for a ghost.
Yeah.
Right, my neighbor's a taxidermist. He's got it under control.
All right.
It's all good.
Wait, that sounds bad. That sounds
you
even
should
worse.
have brought up some frogs.
No, the best case scenario is if your cabin neighbor's a taxidermist.
Why? Because he might be maybe like demented a little bit, and then he's
taking
putting
care
them
of everything.
No, he's putting them back together in his basement.
I've seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I know how this ends. Yeah. I would say run.
He also plays Appalachian music. It's good.
Is it?
Right? It's good.
What does that sound like? Really? Oh, that's like right. Slightly better than bagpipes. I feel it's very close though.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's better than bagpipes.
It is.
It's regional.
Okay. Could be.
Right. And then we went out to the wilds. You know what the wilds are? Oh, it's the largest animal conservation place in North America.
Do you drive through it or do you walk through it or both?
You drive through it. So and they take you out like you're on like bus safari things. Or trucks,
okay.
That type of thing.
That type of situation. Okay.
It's like 10,000 acres. It was the reason we went. It's in Ohio, right? It's close to West Virginia, Pennsylvania side of Ohio. But there's a show on Disney Plus called Secrets of the Zoo. And they do a lot of stuff at the wilds. So one of the tours we went on was one of the people that are in the show, and they're taking us to the barns, and we're petting rhinos and giraffes and all of that stuff. So it was cool. It's also cool to see that like your kids are behaved, and
these kids are so bad.
And the other ones and the other like families are like, come on, she told you not to pet the top of the giraffe's head. Why are you petting the top of the giraffe's head? That's not like, that's a rhino horn. Please step back from the rhino horn.
I mean, it would be better if all the kids behaved, would be the best situation.
Correct.
Obviously. Because that would make me just as nervous if it's someone else's kid.
It's like, hey, here's this like 5,000-pound rhino that you're like sticking your arm next to a gate that it's trying to like lean up against. Hey, maybe don't do that.
Right. They think they're watching fucking TikTok or something.
Yeah, it's frustrating to see just like like she's like having to jump in front of people like and pull kids out of the way and stuff. It's like this isn't what she wants to be doing. She just wants people to listen to her.
Right.
Like,
and maybe you get to see a rhino piss.
House. Like, is it that hard not to shout in the giraffe house? Why are we shouting at the giraffes? Dude,
if you can't get the kids to not shout like in a dinner time at a restaurant, like how are you going to get them to not shout at the giraffe house?
It's like, I don't know.
It's a lost battle.
It was cool though. The wilds is a cool place.
Nice.
Good.
Yep.
Nobody waved at any veterans? Just me?
I guess I waved to my neighbors. They're veterans. Does that count?
Sure. Did you say?
I mean, I do that every day, but.
Did you salute them for Memorial Day?
No, I did not salute
I don't know
them.
what the proper greeting is. You don't say Happy Memorial Day, right?
I'm not allowed to salute.
No, too short.
Yeah, that's it. It's a height thing.
I think
it's like getting into the army.
Thank you for your service is always a good.
Oh, on Memorial Day.
The most
day.
decorated soldier in the U.S. Army is the same height as me.
Really?
Yes.
What's his name?
Audie Murphy. Was the most decorated soldier of World War II. He may still hold the record, and he was only 5'5".
And they named a whole car company after him.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
They made a movie about him that he starred in as himself.
Nice.
How was that? Did he earn any awards for that?
I don't think he did.
Nice. Yeah, I went to the parade and I waved to veterans. And then we had Korean barbecue for dinner, as one would do. Much easier than doing it in my own backyard.
I guess.
And delicious. Meats. All right. And we also, this is sort of interesting and maybe can help some people, some of our listeners. This was brought to my attention by by a young lady who wanted to start a chapter at our local table tennis club. There's this thing called ping pong Parkinson, which is basically they've discovered that people who have Parkinson's can get a lot of relief and slow down the disease by playing ping pong. It's finally good for something. We've found it. So as like a school project, this girl contacted the club and got us to start doing it at the club. And I started watching all these videos about it because they're doing this all over the world, basically, even though it started in Westchester, like it's all over the place because there's some magic to table tennis when it comes to like rewiring the neurons or something, I don't know. Something with neurons and making new pathways or something. They find that this type of sport is unique in that way. So if anyone's in the New York area and you know someone in your family who has Parkinson's and think they might benefit from this, hit me up and you can get it going. And I can teach your friend or family member how to be better. It's amazing because you see these people and like they come in and like they're very shaky and hard to move. But once after like 20 minutes of hitting, like they really loosen up and they are able to play and you can rally and everything. And it's like the people are very sick. You didn't watch that Michael J. Fox new movie that just came out about that?
Not. Yeah.
No, I thought about that because like I was a big Michael J. Fox guy back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch a lot of Family Ties?
I did.
Like all of them, right?
Yeah, I knew the family of the creator. The Gary David Goldberg created the show, and his brother was the owner of the camp I went to, and like his kids were like counselors at the camp. So it's like I knew all of them. And once every summer, this was in the height of the show, Gary David Goldberg would make the trip to the camp and give like a question and answer
about like Family Ties.
About Family Ties, because it was on the air at the time.
What were some of the questions that the kids asked?
I honestly don't remember, but I just remember when he would show up and everyone would be like, you know,
right.
And God
That's
showed
not
up
Michael
at camp.
J. Fox.
Yeah, exactly. What's Michael J? I mean, the questions were literally exactly like that. Like,
hey, do you know when's Michael J. Fox coming?
Yeah, what's Michael J. Fox really like? I think was probably asked every year.
Right.
Yeah.
Teen
What's
Wolf.
Justine Bateman really like?
Yeah.
So
anyway, I want to watch the movie. His movie is called Still, and it's on. I think it's on Netflix. I want to watch it, but also it's gonna. Just watching those ping pong Parkinson's videos on YouTube made me like teary eyed. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do too well during that movie, but
it's really called Ping Pong Parkinson's.
I know it's kind of funny.
It is PPP. There's a website too. It started
by even like ping pong for Parkinson's or against Parkinson's.
Nope.
Ping pong Parkinson's.
Ping pong park.
Yep. It's got its own terminology too. It's kind of a big deal. I mean, we had like a fair amount of people show up.
That's good.
It seemed, it was cool. It was cool. It's interesting.
Nice.
I had one guy, this younger guy who has it. I hit with him for a while, and he was just completely drenched in sweat afterwards. Just like he's like, I didn't know you could sweat this much playing ping pong.
Just letting you know, I just got the alert on my watch.
What happened?
The other half of the family is home. The doors are about to open.
Yeah, we're going to be farting nonstop.
There's going to be animals and a ruckus.
All right. Well, why don't you read show feedback? It's the perfect time.
I will. Catface Meowmer has to say, Cheapy has never sounded more like Stern than when he bragged of knowing everything of a comic book character and immediately crumbled when asked a basic question.
I forgot.
That was pretty funny.
I forgot for a brief moment that Wombat has forgotten more about comics than I've ever known. So that was a mistake on my part. Just because I read X-Men in the 80s, I thought I knew stuff, but obviously I don't.
No, and I'd say the dogs actually handled that pretty well.
I taught my kids who Storm was since the last show as well.
It's important
because we went to the clearance racks at Target. You've heard about the clearance racks there? Mm-hmm, they're pretty good. Around here where I live, not a lot of people buy the Native American Marvel superhero stuff. So that always hits clearance. So there was like a really nice jacket and a sweatshirt that we scooped up that had Storm on them along with Black Panther and
African American.
She's not even African American. She's African.
Sorry, African.
You said Native American.
Sorry, I was still thinking about Indian mounts. I meant African American, and then I was wrong about that as well.
I thought you were going with like Apache Chief or something.
No.
They had some new merch come out on Target or something.
It was like Snowbird. I'm trying to think of Native American Marvel characters.
No, I was still thinking about Hopewell mounts. But so that they learned who Storm was because we support the clearance racks of these Marvel characters.
So nice. people aren't buying, the African American merch, or what about the Pride merch? Is that flying off the shelves at Target? Like, do you have any rompers left?
They had a bunch. They had a bunch of mine. Yeah.
Oh, they do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't.
That's a hard sell. That's a hard sell, regardless of sexual orientation.
Totally. I'm up for a good jumpsuit or a romper, but like it's got green, maybe not light green.
Yeah, I did get the welcome mat though.
Homo Sweet Homo.
The rainbow one.
Oh, not Homo Sweet Homo.
No,
it's
a
real
thing.
Nice. They have it on Amazon. I'm not being homophobic. It's a real thing. It's a fact.
I believe you.
Look it up.
Okay.
I sent it to you.
I know, but no, I got the rainbow welcome mat. It's at my front door.
What is that going to do?
I'd provoke.
Yes, exactly. You're pretty brave like that. Like I wouldn't, if I was in your shoes, like maybe the back door I would have. Oh, that makes it works. Then when people ask about it, you have a really good joke lined up, just teed up, waiting for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I wouldn't advertise that if I'm like the lone guy in the neighborhood supporting a cause.
You know what? Our school district is pretty open-minded when it comes to the LGBTQ community.
It is, but not books. About
my daughter is a member of the Gay Straight Alliance Club at the high school, and she went to there was like a Gay Straight Alliance conference that she went to for the day, and she like got to do this whole thing. The school sponsored it. It was a school sponsored trip to this conference that she got to go to. It's not like it's the
same school district as the banned books situation.
This is the same school district as the banned book situation.
So weird.
That's like, we think this is fantastic.
Yeah, but why?
Kids,
why this and not that?
Here's a bus. Spend the day. Get some T-shirts. Put up a sign in the school letting everyone know that it's Pride Month. Like they're all about it.
So how come you can't have books that like show Asians doing things?
It wasn't. Well, the problem with that book, to bring it over,
was the crazy moms who've read about it on Facebook.
It was one crazy mom who stirred the pot.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes in all these things. Like,
I will say, I think the school learned its lesson from that situation.
Okay.
As I think you may be well aware, but we don't have to discuss.
They saw it. Yeah, we won't. But they saw it. They saw it escalate. I mean, it escalated.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, wait a minute, this is not just like some like politics like rearing its head. This is like disruptive now to the operation of our school.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm reading that book with my kids right now, by the way.
Oh, Front Desk?
Yep.
It's a good book.
It was a good book.
It is a good book. Yep.
It is.
Yep. I read all 3.
Nice. You should make a movie.
I'm sure they will.
Speaking of movies, should we do Watch This, Jerks?
Let's do it. That was a good segue.
Thank you.
I watched the remake of White Men Can't Jump.
Why?
I had to know.
No.
I really enjoyed White Men Can't Jump, the first one, right?
Everybody did.
Did you did?
Yeah, of course. I saw it in the theater, I remember.
Yeah,
it was funny. It was very funny.
It's
why I watched Jeopardy.
The basketball is enjoyable to watch, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not totally ridiculous. Woody Harrelson's fun to watch play basketball because he's actually good at basketball, even though he's got a really weird looking jump shot.
Right. Rosie Perez, right? Isn't Rosie Perez in that?
Rosie Perez is in that.
She's super hot in that.
Sure. Billy, she says a bunch.
Right. Billy, you lost all the money again.
So the new one stars Jack Harlow. Are you two?
The rapper. He's
Harlow?
a rapper.
The rapper. Yes.
I like his raps.
The latest white rapper.
I like his raps.
And it's a different, like, it's not a beat for beat of the first one.
Okay.
But it's the same type of like thing. They're like hustling for money, right? And there's this big basketball tournament where
Is Jeopardy in the new one?
Jeopardy is not in the new one.
Then what's the point?
Right.
That was really what I was asking most of the movie, is really like, what's the point of making this again without all of the funny actors and Woody Harrelson type characters?
I'm looking at the Rotten Tomatoes.
Like it tried to hit a bunch of different, like, drugs are bad, type things, and it's got the racial stereotypes that they're dealing with.
Jack Harlow is starring in a movie about drugs are bad. I feel like
I don't know if they ever said they were technically bad, but like he was on them.
Right. I feel like he's probably on them in real. I mean, I don't know anything about him. I shouldn't say that. I'm assuming. I shouldn't assume.
So like, it's not by any means is not terrible or anything. It's just. It just is. I don't know.
It's got a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, that's what it should be, right?
Wow.
Like he didn't do a bad job acting or anything. It's just like there wasn't a like. It just tried to like hit too many points of like, oh, and here's the moral of the story. Oh wait, no, here's the moral of the story.
He did a decent job
of the story.
He did a decent job on SNL.
Jack Harlow.
He's a likable dude.
Sure.
The Joker wedding sketch is pretty funny. If you've never seen it, it's one of the highlights of the past season.
Have there been a lot of highlights?
Not many. That's why I'm like, it's one of the highlights of the last season. It beat something.
Right. Sucks. What else are we watching?
So
they didn't remake this one, did they?
No, they didn't remake this one, but we're getting ready to go to Disneyland here in the near future. So I'm trying to get my kids caught up on all the movies they need to like fully experience all the rides at Disneyland, right? So there's a Roger Rabbit ride at Disneyland. So like they're not going to know who Roger Rabbit is unless we watch this movie. It's like no idea.
Is it really important though to know who he is to enjoy?
So to me it is. You gotta know the canon going in so you can watch this ride or be on this ride. They're gonna enjoy it more, right? That now they know who Benny is.
I was gonna say, otherwise they're just sitting in. Oh, I'm in a cartoon cab.
You still have that ride? It feels like
it's still there.
Why is it still there?
It's there because I haven't ridden it yet. So we watched through that. I think it's funny. I still laughed a lot at it.
That's a great movie. Oh, that movie's fantastic.
It is. My kids were okay with it, right? Like they
too old.
My wife
too old, daddy, too old.
Right.
Looks old, daddy.
Not too much. That I explained to them like going into it, like part of the fun of watching that movie is going like, how did they do this? Like, how are all these things interacting in the real world when the cartoon characters aren't actually there, right? Like there's a bullet flying across the screen, like knocking stuff over and doors slamming and stuff, but the cartoons are not actually there. So it's fun to go into it like that. And as they're watching it, trying to figure that out. And there's all the cameos that they like as well, right? All the stuff that they know.
I know your kids are really into Woody Woodpecker, so I'm sure that was.
He's so hot right now. I liked Woody Woodpecker.
I did too.
We all did.
I had a hat in high school that said Woody.
Wow. I didn't like him that much. I don't think I had any Woody merch. Maybe like a lunchbox, maybe like a pencil case or something.
I had a stuffed Woody Woodpecker that I had for a long time. That was actually pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So in addition to that, like there's the Guardians ride, right? That's at Disneyland now that they've rethemed Tower of Terror.
Yep.
So my kids, they'd only seen a couple Marvel movies, right? Captain Marvel and Ant-Man. And so now we've gone on a marathon to try to get them caught up chronologically to Guardians. And the next movie is Guardians 1.
For the ride.
For the 3-minute ride.
Yes.
We're watching 30 or something hours of movies.
Yes,
what Marvel movie did they like the best?
I mean, they like all of them really, right? Like it's usually whatever the last Avengers probably. If I had to,
it's fair. It's a fair answer.
I mean, they still really like Captain Marvel because it's got a lot of good like humor gags.
They like whatever they like whatever the last movie is that they watched, except if that movie was Thor: Love and Thunder.
I haven't gotten to that. They did watch the Thor 2. That was
why it's so skippable.
There's a part in the ride. There's a part in the ride.
The collector is in that.
And the collector is in the Guardians ride.
See? I was joking, but it was all serious. Like, how do you even know what's in the ride?
because it's the theme is that you're inside the collector's collection. Like
it's a fundamental part of the
it's a fundamental part of you're trying to break out the Guardians from the collector. That's what the theme is. So we just got through Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
That's a good one. Were your kids able to follow along with that one? That's where it starts to get a little, high concept.
They get it. Like, Dash has played a lot of that Avengers game, right?
Okay.
So anything, and the Spider-Man games, right? So anytime, like, he gets super excited when he hears Roxxon or AIM.
So, that's fair.
What's Roxxon?
Roxxon is the evil oil company.
They're the oil and energy company.
Oh,
in Marvel Comics. For a while, it was run by a Minotaur that if a board member said something that he did not like, he would pick them up and rip them in half.
It's a good way to maintain power.
Yeah. And they hired Zenmu, the World Conqueror, to do their PR for a short period of time also.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's going well. It's going well.
All right. What else are you watching?
Well, I watched a music documentary, the Donna Summer Love to Love You, Donna Summer.
Right.
Documentary on HBO, on what was HBO Max, is now just called Max. That's really good and worth your time.
And you'll be all set for the Donna Summer ride when you go to Six Flags this summer.
And you'll be, you know what? I bet that would be awesome. She has so many hits that you forget she had.
I know.
And it's yeah.
My dad played a lot of Donna Summer records, I remember.
Yeah.
Like growing up.
Yeah. No, she had quite the career. And then she kind of pulled back when, for a period of time. She died young, she died like almost 20 years ago from cancer. And it just goes through, her whole life story. And it's really interesting. It's, she did a lot to change music, probably more than you realize. She had the first big hit with, all electronic music.
Yeah, I mean, they make songs today in genres of electronic music that sound like Donna Summer records. Like they're not fundamentally different sounding from those records. And they're still enjoyed by like popular DJs, like made by popular DJs today.
And, Giorgio Moroder has a lot to do with that too. But so what? That doesn't mean, sometimes it takes more than one person to do something.
Yep. Everybody
like that.
loves him too.
Exactly. So
what else are we watching on the TV side?
I watched the new season of I Think You Should Leave. Did you watch it yet, Chiefy?
I watched the first 2 episodes.
How do you not just finish it in a clip?
Because I want to, they're only like 17 minutes long each. And there's 6 of them, I think, right? Just 6. I want to watch with Ty, but like my willpower isn't that great. So I'm sort of, 17 minutes goes by fast. I got to say, not a lot of laughs for me through the first 2 episodes. Like maybe.
No, I didn't laugh as much as I'd like to either. I rewatched one episode today.
Okay.
That I found a lot funnier.
Was it the first 2? Was it one of the first 2 episodes?
No, it was one of the later ones that I just wanted to it was just because it was the last one I watched. I just watched it again.
Right.
And it
just okay. I haven't read any reviews at all.
I think there's a greatest hits in there. Like in all 6 episodes, there's probably 1 or 2 really good ones, but there's also there was one in the episode that I rewatched. And I'm like, yeah, this just doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, that was a lot of the first 2 episodes for me, but whatever. Maybe it requires multiple viewings. Yeah. Because I certainly gave the first 2 seasons plenty of multiple viewings.
I was gonna say, I know you really like the first 2. I think it'll grow on
but
you, though.
I also wonder if that had ruined it for me because everything seems so.
There's a lot of the same.
Yeah, like even like the same lines. Like you can't do that. I mean, like you can't do that. It's annoying when you see the same jokes. Anyway, what else are you watching?
I watched the first 2 episodes of the reboot, I guess, new season, we'll say, of Clone High, because it's not a reboot. It takes place after the last season. The last season just happened to be about 20 years ago.
I don't even know what this is. This is not Star Wars, I'm guessing.
Okay. So Phil Lord and Chris Miller, the guys who did Into the Spider-Verse and the 21 Jump Street movies and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, very talented. The Lego movie, smart, funny guys. and Bill Lawrence, the guy who created Scrubs and Ted Lasso.
Right.
Okay, before they did all that, they did an animated show on MTV together called Clone High.
I remember this. Yeah.
And Will Forte, a pre-SNL, Will Forte was the voice of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
And it was basically a high school where this mad scientist cloned history's greatest people, but they're now just regular 17-year-olds that just happen to be clones of these people.
Yeah, there was like Cleopatra.
Yeah, see, now you know.
This.
Sounds lame.
And it got canceled because Gandhi was in there and it was considered too offensive, so MTV had to cancel it. And of course, now they brought it back, but without Gandhi.
Did he like kept saying how hungry he was?
No, he was just like he was just a goofy teenager, but it was like they found that too disrespectful because I guess Gandhi was never a goofy teenager.
It probably wasn't funny enough.
It wasn't fun. It was funny.
It was decently funny. I remember it. It was
a funny show, which is why I watched
Joan of Arc was like
like the
Daria or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it all looked like Johnny Bravo.
Yes. Yeah, a little bit. Kind of like yes. So it's back. It's still cute. I don't know. I like it. I'll keep watching it, but you guys don't have to.
What else are you watching?
I watched. I have one episode left of Prehistoric Planet. Season 2, which is a Sir David Attenborough tells you what dinosaurs probably did.
Okay.
And he talks about all the dinosaurs, and of course. It's a really good show. It looks fantastic. It's on Apple TV. It's in 4K, HDR. Everything looks so real, like the dinosaurs. You could reach out and touch them. And the dinosaur will come out, and it's like, oh, cool, a Triceratops. And David Attenborough goes, and this is the Rutabasaurus.
He loves
that's Triceratops. And every dinosaur has like some name. They have to give it a different name than what you think it is. Oh, it's a pterodactyl. This is a Pterodactylosaurus.
I'm not watching that.
It's a pterodactyl. Just call it a pterodactyl. But by the way, those things are crazy. The giant flying 30-foot wingspan flying dinosaurs.
I saw the Jurassic Park. I remember.
You don't want to mess with those. It's really good. I was amazed. It's fun. It's a lot of fun if you like dinosaurs and you want to learn stuff.
I definitely want to learn stuff.
You want to learn stuff about dinosaurs.
What do I need to know about dinosaurs at this point?
I mean, they lived on this planet longer than humans have.
So we're here now, bitches. Fuck yourself.
Feathers. They had feathers.
Prove it.
And they were warm-blooded.
Sounds like some movie bullshit. How come you're not watching Chimp Empire if you like these types of nature shows?
Because I watched Prehistoric Planet instead. What's Chimp Empire? I don't even know what that is.
It's on Netflix. It's like heavily promoted on there.
I haven't seen a thing about it.
I'm going to sell it to you very quickly, and you're going to watch it. Okay. Imagine a reality television show about we've brought 15.
Is this Real World with monkeys?
Yes. Okay. Chimps.
Chimps aren't monkeys. Come on, get it right.
They're chimps.
They got feathers now.
It's in Africa, I believe. Chimps, and they have amazing. You would think it's fake looking at it because the cameras are everything's obviously 4K. The cameras are so fucking close. Like you're in the fucking chimp's eye. Like that's how close it is. Like they see everything. They've named all the chimps, okay? Because they have. They tell you who the alpha is. This is Jackson. He's the alpha. He's 20. He's whatever years old. This is Miles. He's the number 2 in the group. He's 40 years old. And there's a chimp that they named Abrams actually, and he's number 3. He's like the young up and comer who's trying to take down Jackson. But even if it wasn't named. A namesake, it's very amazing how they put this together. It looks fake is the best way to describe it because.
So has there been any murder yet?
Yes.
Ooh, I don't know if I want to watch chimp murder.
You don't, it's nothing graphic, but we watched, I don't want to give any spoilers. So
is it child murder?
No. It's not. No, I don't want, like I said, I'm not giving away anything. but it's not
like to kill
for
other
kids.
chimps' babies.
It's not for kids. Okay.
Chimps are violent.
Yes, they talk about how they have to patrol the territory, and if they see other chimps, that you either attack. Two things: either attack or run. Those are the two options for the chimps. Like if they think they have enough numbers, they'll attack, and they can win. They'll attack. If they don't, they run. So that's basically they're very hostile.
It's called fight or flight.
It's only for other chimps, only against other chimps. Like they see monkeys, they may want to eat the monkeys.
I've seen the nature shows where the chimps eat monkeys.
Yeah. Anyway, this is great. It's called Chimp Empire, and like Bling Empire. See, like another reality show.
I get it.
They should combine the two. They should put some gold necklaces and stuff, and put some exotic cars in the forest, in the jungle. And then you can have Chimp Bling Empire.
Chimpling?
Chimp Bling Empire. Thank you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And they have to be Asian.
What else you watching? It looks like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, we're watching we watched the first, only the first half of the first episode of Mer People. Do you know what that is?
I saw like it on my thing, and I'm like, I can't. And I went to
I know. It's probably a good choice to say, to stick with I can't. I mean, it's people who make their living putting on like a mermaid, like a fancy mermaid tail, and performing in pools, any big tank of water that's visible to the public underwater.
Okay.
And that's
they do this at the aquarium sometimes.
Okay. So as you might imagine, it's these people are actually like hardcore into like the whole mermaid thing. It's not like just like a way to make a buck. It's something happened to them in their life where they were touched by the whole mermaid thing. And that's what this show is about. Like you're meeting these people, and as you might guess, like some of the people are a little weird, maybe.
I've already had enough.
It's maybe weird. It's pretty, I don't know.
Did they time this up just because Little Mermaid was coming out?
Possibly. Definitely. Chimp Empire, you got to watch that before you watch Mer People. That Chimp Empire will blow you away. You'll be like, how the fuck did they even do this? Make this show? Is this even real, or is this
I'll check out Chimp Empire.
Yeah,
it's that me.
Yeah,
I'm a sucker for I'm a sucker for anything with animals in it.
That's for you, and I don't know that they've ever made something like this before, but you would probably know because you've seen a lot of shit.
I've seen every single animal show on all of these stupid streaming things.
Right. Also watch the first episode of Platonic. That's the Seth Rogen.
Oh, why?
It got good reviews, I thought. When I checked, it did. Let me see if it's still Platonic. I mean, it was like cute. Yeah, it has good reviews. Good audience reviews too. It was cute. Like it was funny. I laughed out loud a few times. I laughed more than I did, I think, from the first episode of I Think You Should Leave, season 3.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. Seth Rogen does he do like bad stuff, really?
Not really. He just does a lot of the same stuff.
Okay. I mean, the Green Hornet wasn't too good, I think. But that was the last bad thing. He doesn't have too many stinkers, I feel.
Like 15 years ago.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I feel like he doesn't put out too many stinkers.
Talking about stinkers. Now, I watched on Max. Are you familiar with the Smartless podcast?
Nope.
I've heard about it. Yes, it's some comedians podcast.
It's Sean Hayes, Will Arnett, and Jason Bateman.
Sean Hayes, the guy that they tried to hire for Saturday Night Live, and then
that's Sean Hayes, Jack from Will and Grace.
Oh no, I thought wasn't there some guy
nominated, multiple Emmy award winning?
You've talked about this podcast before.
Okay. All right. It's a very good podcast. The conceit of the podcast is that one of the hosts brings a guest on, and the other two hosts don't know who it is until the person shows up.
Oh.
They did a live tour last year, and they had brought a documentary crew along to film it. It's the same documentary director that did the Jason Isbell documentary.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. So it's very well made. And it's a very good documentary. It's not just the podcast on film. It's everything that goes on in and around the podcast as well. I guess they had a lot of footage because they did 6 episodes. And there's actually a portion of it. I give them a lot of credit because it doesn't just show them in their best light. and it does a really good job of like showing them putting the show together. These guys who, you know, are used to having things go their way. And at one point, well, I'll just lay it out because you're never going to watch it. And it's not really a spoiler. It's a documentary. So they do the first episode in Washington, D.C., the first day gig. And the surprise guest is Will Ferrell. And of course, the crowd goes crazy. It's Will Ferrell. He's on stage with 3 other celebrities and they have a good time. And Will Ferrell's hysterical. Then they go to Boston where they're doing 2 shows. The guest for the first show outwalks Conan O'Brien. The crowd goes crazy. Everyone's like, I can't believe Conan O'Brien's here. They do the show. They show portions of it. It's hysterical. Everyone's falling out of their chair. The Late Show in Boston, Jason Bateman has the brilliant idea to bring out an MIT physics professor as the guest. Not a celebrity, not a comedian, an MIT physics professor.
Why?
And because he thought it would be interesting and that people would be into it. Instead, you had people literally falling asleep in the audience. Sections just getting up and walking.
This is on the same show with Conan, or it's a separate episode?
This is the separate show.
This is a standalone episode.
They did the afternoon episode with Conan. That crowd got to see Conan O'Brien.
The next crowd got to see
the next
MIT
crowd
professor.
comes in, and they know that the afternoon guest was Conan. They were probably like, "This is gonna be who's it gonna be? It's gonna be, you know, someone crazy." And it's just, and it went so badly that after that show, they were like, and they showed all of it, like the reaction, the aftermath. You know, they were lucky it was their 3rd show and they were able to, they literally, like, Sean Hayes is on the phone and he's like talking to someone. He goes, I just don't think you're going to work. I just don't. And he's canceling someone for a later date.
Oh, right.
And he gets a replacement guest because he knows that whoever they never said
they were too smart.
Canceled them. Yeah. Yeah. Whoever they canceled on, we don't know, but we know who the replacement was. He gets Matt Damon to show up in Milwaukee. But you know, it was really interesting, like just the whole watching them have that huge success at the beginning of this tour, have a failure, be able to pivot, how they're traveling around and not get discouraged and just cancel the whole thing because they don't have to do this.
Right.
It was just kind of cool. I recommend it.
Nice. All right, let's hit up the new releases if there are any. There's a big list in the Switch section, but that doesn't mean much.
No.
Is there anything? There's nothing.
There's nothing here.
Well, Lord of the Rings.
Yes, Gollum. The Gollum game is on there that they had to release an apology.
Yeah, we can get right into your fortnightly news.
Yes, I did want to talk about Fortnite briefly, but we
hit it after the Gollum talk.
Yeah, so I was going to say. So this is like the 3rd or 4th game this year where publishers have put out an apology.
Yeah.
And I mean, after what was that game? Redfall? Redfall, thank you.
They put out one of these infographic apologies.
They did one of these infographic apologies too.
When you can't fit it on Twitter, they didn't want to pay for Twitter Blue, so they had to put it all into a graphic form apology.
Apparently, it was a very buggy game. It does not look like it's the best game. Although I've heard people say that they're having fun with it. I guess it's just not.
I don't think I've seen any video.
I had no idea that this game even existed until the apology came out.
Well, that's another thing. It's like this isn't a AAA game per se.
Right.
I don't know if they needed to put it in an apology other than say we're aware that the game has some bugs and we're working on fixing them. I don't know.
Right.
Is this the PR strategy? Like just to not spend anything on PR and then just have an apology campaign?
I mean, it's going to
They probably have the apology ready to go. And then when the game comes out, they're like, okay, I have it set. It's a timed tweet for 3 days from now at 12 p.m.
Right. It's a sure way of getting the news sites to cover your game.
That's true too.
For free.
Well, they usually all do it for free, but yes.
Right. It's not good. It's not a good situation. And it's weird. It's just, there's so many of these now. It's not even like, it's almost not even newsworthy. Like a game came out that doesn't work at launch and the developers or the publisher puts out an apology. Meanwhile, this same publisher has another game coming out very soon. Do you know what game that is?
Gollum 2, the Golluming.
RoboCop Rogue City.
Different developer though.
Different developer, same publisher.
So I guess you'll have
Knock
something to
on.
look forward to.
The RoboCop's done by the Terminator people, right? Did
Which
they make the Terminator game that some people like?
What Terminator game do people like?
Oh, Terminator. What was the name of that game? Terminator.
And how long ago did it come out?
Dark Fate? Or is that one of the movies?
That's one of the movies.
Salvation?
I think it's also one of the movies. That's also a movie.
Name Terminator things.
Terminator. What the fuck are you doing over there?
I don't know.
That was a reference to when Christian Bale went crazy.
Who's the developer on this?
On the RoboCop game?
Yeah.
It's Terminator. Doesn't he say, I'll fucking end you? Isn't that what he said?
No, it wasn't anybody. I looked up their games. It wasn't anything to get excited about. Teon is the developer.
Teon, yeah. They made the
Terminator Resistance.
Terminator Resistance.
Yep.
People liked that, didn't they?
They did? Oh, they did. It's got a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
Yeah. So there might be some hope there.
Okay, that's a first-person Terminator game.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to pull off first-person RoboCop. I stand by that feeling. I don't know. And watching the most recent video of it has not made me feel any better about it.
As long as you could shoot through a dress and hit a guy in the balls.
Is that all you need? I feel like you need more.
No, I think it literally needs to be like you using the visor to hone in on skill shots, like through a wall or through a dress or like far away.
Right.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I took the text of that Lord of the Rings Gollum apology and I fed it into the latest version of ChatGPT. I pay for ChatGPT now just to experiment like with things like this. And I asked it to come up with an apology for Starfield because I feel like that might be a thing that could happen. Starfield comes out. It's not that good. We see another one. And it did a pretty good job to the point where I was like, you should just give me another letter, but make it like more obnoxious. Like make it like, so here's what it sounds like. Dear Starfield adventurers, we feel moved to offer our deepest apologies for the trivial speed bumps you might have experienced with Starfield. As it turns out, building a universe from scratch isn't quite as easy as posting a comment online. Imagine our surprise when we realized the game didn't meet the astronomically high expectations set by our excessively zealous community. You've got our heartfelt apologies if you found this to be an unforeseen revelation. Here at Bethesda, we agree to an extent that player enjoyment is important. But let's be real. The magnitude of creating a spacefaring epic might be a tad more complex than your average forum goer comprehends. We've been diligently sifting through your insightful feedback, trying to separate the wheat from the chaff and decipher the pearls of wisdom hidden within the constructive criticism. Anyway, it goes on and finishes by saying, after all, your passion is what keeps us going. Thanks for your, let's say, support.
Wow. I can't believe they actually wrote that and are going to put that out.
It's pretty good. Like,
I'm pre-offended.
Yeah. And you can tell the AI like how obnoxious you want it. There's basically varying degrees. Like I could make it more like it could make one that's really insulting, I'm sure.
You could go like full on hostile.
Yeah. Or like make up some lame excuses that are insulting to the audience, like all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Anyway, that's for the $20 a month.
This sounds like something Devolver Digital would put out before they put a game out.
Yes. And think how much time it would save them.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got here in Wombat's fortnightly news? You wanted to mention something about Fortnite.
Yeah, two things.
Let's start the clock. 1 minute. Go.
On the last episode, when we talked about Fortnite, I was upset. I don't know if you recall, but I was upset because they removed trios from Fortnite, and I said it was a bad idea, and hopefully they would, realize they made a mistake and bring it back. And today, this very day, about 4 hours ago, they brought trios back. So it was kind of exciting for us Fortnite fans. It was nice to be heard. It was a dark 2 weeks, but I'm actually really impressed that it only took them 2 weeks to be like, oh yeah, we screwed this up. We better add this back in. Anything they posted, every tweet, every link the first comment was bring back trios, and I'm sure they were pretty sick of seeing
Why are you harassing developers?
That's what I do best. So
like
I'm glad they brought it back. Yeah, I'm glad they brought it back. It was annoying as early as yesterday when I was playing, 3 people and everyone else had 4, and that was not fun. So Good job, Fortnite. Also, I just wanted to briefly mention the first teaser for the next season came out, which comes out next Friday on the 9th, the same day that the new Transformers movie comes out. And of course, they are adding to the season pass Optimus Prime. And
very short Optimus Prime.
Short Optimus Prime.
I don't like that.
So
I don't like
that doesn't transform.
It doesn't transform.
He
might a little.
I'm gonna go and say that he will most likely transform into the tractor trailer cab, and you'll be able to slowly move. You won't be able to really drive as him. It'll be like a traversal emote where it'll just slowly move along the ground. But it'll definitely do the
great.
He'll lie on his back and just be like,
he's transformed upside down.
He does have his trusty battle axe.
Use your imagination.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, it would be cool if he said roll out, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Why not? Why can't they? He doesn't say they can't get these guys to say stuff.
He can't say roll out.
We don't know yet. I don't know. I'm just saying. I assume that he won't. But
He's gonna say,
be wrong.
They're gonna have. Is he still alive? That guy?
Did I do that?
I think
so. Is that what he's gonna say?
He's gonna say,
"My bad.
Did I do that?
My bad.
My bad."
That iconic film.
Mm-hmm.
Did somebody say cheese?
That's not Optimus Prime.
Could be.
Could be.
I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I don't know.
So they put any other Transformers in here, or is he just...
As of right now, the only one we know of is Optimus Prime. There have been some rumors of Bumblebee being...
I thought it was Rumble.
Not being in the Battle Pass, but being for sale separately, which would make sense. I could see them selling Bumblebee.
I feel like you got to give away Bumblebee and you sell Optimus Prime.
I'm surprised. I mean, you know what? For $7, that's how much a Battle Pass costs. You get whatever else they're going to throw in there, plus Optimus Prime. That's not bad if Fortnite's your bag. If you enjoy that game and that's what you want to play and you like Optimus Prime, it's hard to complain about.
Roll out. On my back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll be back.
All right, pick one of these stories and do it.
Okay.
And then we'll move on from this section.
Use wisely.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking. Did anyone watch the PlayStation showcase? I thought it was just kind of there.
I watched the Spider-Man video separately. And just later in full resolution.
Cool. You got your symbiote Spider-Man.
It looked great.
Going on. Yeah.
It looked
really
good.
That game's going to be really good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty confident.
I watched the whole thing and I've already forgotten everything else in it. So
I heard Xbox threw some shade on them after the conference by tweeting out all the games that they, it's all the same games basically, except Spider-Man.
Yeah, pretty much they're all going to be multi-platform anyway. So congratulations to everybody. You all get to play games. I'm sure one of them will be great, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I guess that was a good one. I guess I was wrong."
Alan Wake 2 looked good.
Which one?
Alan Wake 2.
Oh yeah, sure. Why not?
I didn't even know about that.
It's a thing. It's coming in October.
Does it look like what do we know about it?
There's 2 protagonists now that you can play as Alan Wake and this
Alan Wake Jr.
No, it's a female character that's like maybe a CIA agent or something like that.
Okay.
Alana Wake.
Saga Anderson is her name.
No, it's not.
That sounds made up.
That is not her name.
Is Saga Anderson.
It's probably pronounced like Saga or Sega.
Sega.
Saga Anderson?
Saga Anderson. Come on, his name is Alan Wake. Goes by A Wake.
Okay, let Shipwreck breathe for a second because clearly he has the hiccups.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Well, okay. I can't say anything bad about Alan Wake.
Are you gonna interact with the Overwatch 2 Pride event?
You mean like masturbate to it?
Yeah. Are you still into Overwatch 2?
Not really.
You play that every day? You're like, oh
No.
man, I got to get on some Overwatch too.
I have not played it in a while, I have to say.
So is the Pride event the thing that's going to get you to jump back into?
Oh yeah, I'm going to wear my romper from Target and I'm going to play that.
Nice.
And yeah, no, I mean, it's fine. It's not.
No, I appreciate.
I don't know what
the
would get
effort.
me. I don't know what would get me to come back to play more Overwatch.
What? I can't imagine. Didn't they have Transformers at some point, or is it something else?
I don't know.
Or
That I would know about.
Smite had Transformers.
Yes.
Smite did have Smite's had everything, and now Paramount is doing something with Fortnite. Apparently, they signed a deal recently, which is why they pushed the launch of the season pass. It was supposed to be this Friday, and they moved it for the same day that the Transformers movie opens.
So you're getting SpongeBob?
I'm going to say we'll probably get the Turtles this summer.
The turtles with guns.
Turtles with guns. Yeah, because turtles with swords is so different.
It's pretty different.
They're both
they can have swords too. They can have like a pickaxe sword.
They'll definitely have a sword.
Swords.
It's just they'll mainly be using guns.
Sure. It's better.
Fine.
Guns are better, pretty much.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Everyone agrees.
Mm-hmm. Everyone likes the turtles. Everyone likes guns.
Right.
What could go wrong?
Anything else here that we need to talk about?
Oh, I've been playing that new Warhammer game. The one that looks like Doom. They sent me a code for Warhammer Bolt Gun. That game, if you like old school Doom or Quake or whatever those games are, you're going to like Warhammer Bolt Gun.
I mean, I liked those games when they came out. Am I going to like those games in 2023?
Does it just look like it, or does it play like a modern game and just look like an old game, or does it?
It's like an old game? It definitely plays a little more modern, but not fully modern. Like it's, there's no you're not pulling the left trigger to zoom in. You're not using both thumbsticks so much.
Wait, you're not using both thumbsticks?
You are, but you're not. Like the right stick doesn't really move that much. It's more similar to with the way Doom aiming is.
You mean like you're just moving left and right?
Yeah.
That's Wombat style. It's a unique first-person shooter style. I know what you're saying, Wombat.
Yeah, it's good though. But it does look really cool. And it is fun. And that's Warhammer Bolt Gun. It's a cool little throwback game.
Nice. All right. Just bring back Tribes. Somebody, please. What are we doing with this license? Free to play Tribes. You were too early making the free to play Tribes. We haven't fleshed out the way to milk all the money. We didn't have the technology to milk the players from the, via the free to play experience back then.
Then next week you would be playing as Optimus Prime in Tribes.
Totally. I was just thinking like it could have some of the actual flying Transformers. Maybe probably not Optimus Prime, but there's plenty of other flying Transformers to choose from.
Starscream
certainly would work. I mean, Tribes is great.
Pretty much any of the Decepticons.
Yes, and we can bring in some of the aerial bots.
There was like they threw in the good guy planes later.
Yeah, Jetfire.
Well, he was the big one. I have him over here.
Yeah, I know who Jetfire is.
I know, but then you have the one that turned into the big robot. The aerial bots combined to turn into
the space shuttle.
Superion.
What was the space shuttle that turned into a dinosaur?
Oh no, space shuttle that turned into a dinosaur.
Yeah. There was a space shuttle that was a dinosaur and a robot.
Not Astro Train. Skylynx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skylynx. Sounds like an airline.
I remember I had that one and I thought it was stupid.
You had Skylynx?
I had that one too. I had Skylynx. Yeah.
That was like a premium one.
He walked.
Yeah. That was like.
I remember getting him as a birthday present.
He was.
And I remember
everybody got Skylynx because we didn't get Omega Supreme, right? Like Omega Supreme came out, he was awesome, but we didn't.
That was too much money.
It was too much money, and then he was gone, and then here came Skylynx.
Right.
Walking around.
I didn't have any of those premium
That's
Transformers.
The only. I was in a Transformer kid. I only had like 3, so that just happened to be one of the 3 I had.
Wasn't too much transforming on that one either.
Skylynx?
Yeah, he didn't do. You pull it out of his neck and his
tail
out the bottom.
You have a tail.
That was it.
And then the bottom part turned into like a cougar.
It was dumb.
Or I guess it would be a Lynx.
He sucked.
Is what they were going for.
He sucked.
Yeah, he did suck. Let's do some of this CAG bag, I
Should have
guess.
killed him in the movie.
Yeah, totally. Well, no, like I said, they got top dollar for him, I feel he was too expensive for me to ask for.
I'm pretty sure he went on clearance, and that's how I got him.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's how I got him too. I'm pretty sure it was like one of my aunts got it for me got it on clearance and gave it to me as a birthday present.
Let's see when the release date of that was. Skylinks.
1987.
I can't read it. It's too much. It's too much reading. Is that it can't be 87. Could it? It sounds too I feel like it came later. I don't know. Someone else I need AI to look that up. Let's do some CAG bag.
1986.
Really?
So yeah, that makes that checks. I would have been 9 years old. That totally makes sense.
CAG
I must have
bag.
been thinking I got him in 1987.
Right.
Once he was on clearance.
Right. You have to wait a little bit. T. Evans writes in and says, since SSD prices have dropped quite a bit, is it time for a 2 terabyte update for your PS5s?
I'm fine the way it is right now. I don't need to get anything else.
What percentage of the time are you using your PlayStation, and what percentage of the time are you using your Xbox, would you say?
Oh, it's probably it generously saying 80-20 only because I play Fortnite mostly and I play Fortnite on my Xbox.
Right.
But I have been playing a lot of Ratchet and Clank lately still. I'm still playing that. So
did you ever finish Dead Island?
No, I played a little bit of that on Sunday.
What level are you? Do you know?
I think like 23. Is that
still
a thing?
a little ahead of me? Yeah, I'm like 21.
Yeah,
21.
Mm-hmm.
Shanafan writes in, so no one's upgraded. You already upgraded, Chip? Your PS5?
No, I haven't upgraded yet, but I've been thinking about it. But I generally play all the multi-console games on Xbox.
Wombat, what are you doing with that bottle, man?
Eating it
all the way in.
What are you doing? You're chewing on a plastic bottle. You know, there's a camera on you. When you're at work and you're doing Zoom meetings, is this what happens? You chewing? You don't chew on a bottle? It can't be good for you either, I feel. What if you choke on the cap?
It's because I'm reading and I'm like just not
weird.
paying attention.
I feel like you could choke on that cap and then we could have an incident.
Ow.
And then it would be, see?
Oh my gosh, get that out of your mouth.
Let's go viral. Let's go viral with Wombat choking on Twitch. Shanafan writes in, says Hot Wheels.
Dumb fat podcaster dies.
while co-hosts look on and laugh. Shanafan writes in, says Hot Wheels Unleashed 2 was announced. Would this game do better if it was free to play with paid battle passes? You're the battle pass expert, Wombat.
I don't think so, to be honest. I think they should not have a battle pass and they should just charge for DLC and not make you earn it and just have the game.
Are you still playing the original?
No.
We play it from time to time here.
It's a very good game, but I think there's nothing wrong with making that game like a whatever it is, $50, $60 game, and then having there be car packs that you just buy. I don't think there needs to be a season pass where you have to go through 6 loop-de-loops
and get Optimus Prime.
And get 80 hot bucks and then transfer your hot bucks into XP points.
Yeah, that was like we bought the game and played through the main game. And then once all the DLC packs went on sale, right? Like super sale here, I don't know, within the last 6 months, then we just bought all the DLC packs and it was like, oh, that's great. It's exactly what I wanted was all this DLC content.
You don't have to worry about the currency anymore, basically, because you can have everything.
No, like they still do like weekly or monthly or passes or something, but I don't know. I haven't figured out what they are, so my kids haven't figured out what they are.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. You do one or the other. You're either going to sell DLC or you're going to have battle passes, but battle passes are really not necessary. And I would say, 98% of games that have battle passes, it's become overused and unnecessary.
It's necessary if you're wanting that monthly fee coming in.
If you want that quick hit, but most game companies don't know how to execute it well.
Tribes could do it. Come on, Tribes.
And it's why most games that have them sort of like flounder.
I think this game didn't flounder though, right? Like this game made a lot of money.
I think the game did well, but I don't know if the battle passes did well.
I have no idea, but it
I
all adds up to more money.
I think the season passes may have done well.
To answer Shanafan's question, I'm sure they have the data, plenty of data from the first game.
To figure that out.
To figure out how to best monetize the second game. And if it's free to play with a battle pass, I'm sure they've figured that out already. So they know. We don't know anything. They know everything. They have all the data. Let's do one more of these bad boys. From Michael, he writes in, if this one's for me, he says, have you fed your garbage disposal anything interesting since the incident? I have to say, I mostly ignore feedback from the audience, whether it's about my life or the show. I tend to ignore it. But in this case, I actually followed it. And I've been a lot more, I've just tried in general to not put stuff down there if I can help it. So you guys, you did it. You got through to me. Wombat's still eating the bottle. Still eating the bottle.
All right, let's. Through to him.
Yeah. What's that?
Haven't gotten through to him.
No. Write in next week, audience, about why people shouldn't eat a bottle while they're recording a podcast. Anything else you want to close with, or is that enough?
I think that's enough.
All right.
Yep.
We get Diablo 4 is coming out, I guess this week if you pay extra. Is that how it works? I'm sure there's a way to pay extra and play it this week, but I think it technically comes out next week.
I know.
Yeah. That's it. We'll see you then.
Right. But it's done.